Welcome to this week's Food Sports Central, the podcast of the World Food Championships. I am, of course, Mark Conway, your host, and man, the calendar is flying by. I mean, we're already in September. We're about to go to the World Chili Championship cook-off in Myrtle Beach. Right on the heels of coming back from that, we have the big one, the 10th anniversary of the World Food Championships in Dallas, Texas. And I can tell you from things you've already seen that there is even more coming you haven't seen yet. So we're talking about the biggest food sport event you can fathom in the city that says it's always bigger in Texas. And we've got master judges. We've got people like Chris Lilly was just announced that he's coming on board. We have more celebrities than we've ever had. We are going to have more opportunities that you don't even know about yet. And we're going to have things like a demo stage, a showcase to show off new and innovations and companies and personalities and people that are going to do and educate and entertain and do it all right there inside the World Food Championships. We're going to walk down that kitchen arena and see those banners. We're going to get to see Preston enter back into the World Food Championships, right? You know, coming off the heels of winning at final table and becoming the overall champion. But I think one of the things that I'm really excited about that some of you have kind of already heard with different posts and things we've been talking about, but I don't think you quite realize when we talk about this, we call it the World Food Championships. We don't call it the Texas. We don't call it the United States. We don't call it the North America. We call it the World Food Championships. And I think this year more than any, you're going to see why. We've already talked about the Burger Championship that was done in Dubai. But what I'm really excited about today on the show, and this has to be the biggest distance between myself and the guest, that we had to look at calendars and dates and time zones that I have never, ever considered. And realize how bad I am at time zones. This is a new learning experience for me. But we are talking to someone who pulled off their very first championship event that is a qualifier from the World Food Championships, and this took place in Japan. So I want to welcome Teru with Plated Up to the show, and he's going to tell us all about what went down at the Japanese Burger Championship. How you doing, Teru? Man, like, it was so much fun to arrange this because it's nighttime here, it's daytime there, and I got my day wrong. And man, you have been an awesome sport getting this put together and being patient with me. But I got to tell you, you put on one heck of an event. So you had the Japanese Burger Championship, and it was the first one for your company, Plated Up. But I want to hear, in your words, what was the Japanese Burger Championship?
Yes, the Japan Burger Championship. That is the first year event that we held in July, and basically our rules are based on the World Burger Championships rules. But this time the 8 competitors competing in making burgers, 5 burgers within 90 minutes. And that was the first round. And final round was we also selected the mandatory ingredient. That was the okura. And finally the one of the very popular burger shops in Japan is called a Shogun Burger. They actually won an event, and they are ready to go to your event.
I mean, that's exciting because it was, you know, you saw an opportunity, a need to put on these competitions there in Japan. You have 15 years experience in the food and beverage industry. You're working with a Tokyo American club, and you're like, you know what? I think there's a need here. I think there's an opportunity to showcase the type of championship cuisine being done there in Japan in a category like burger, which is one of the hands down most popular categories at World Food. And your first event produced a champion who is going to be the first person coming over from your burger championship, and it's going to compete in the burger category at World Foods. That's exciting.
We're so excited too.
So when you were putting the event together and, you were saying, okay, here's what I want to do. I'm going to have this many people and we're going to do it a couple of rounds. Did you have any idea that it was going to be so popular there in Japan?
Yeah, actually, the first idea how I wanted to do this event was it was a kind of interesting, but that was kind of coincident. The one day that was actually 2020. I just went to visit my friend who has owned his own burger shop in Tokyo, and it been a long time to see my friend, and I really enjoyed his burger. But he actually said that, "Oh, don't you think my burger is the number one burger in the world?" And I said, "Yeah, your burger is pretty good, but I don't know if it's the number one." And he said, "No, this must be a number one in the world." I said, "Okay, so have you ever competed before?" And he said, "No, why not?" And we actually started looking for like any like events or like a similar event like you're doing every year, like choosing selecting the number one burger. And unfortunately, we couldn't find out in Japan. And that was actually pretty shocking for me because the burger is very popular in Japan too. And everybody likes that. And there is no burger event in Japan. So then we actually started looking, overseas. And then we came across to your event. And that was very fortunate to find our World Food Championship. And I started planning to hold the kind of similar event in Japan. But at that time, I never expected that. This year's event was pretty big because I just spoke to Mark, but I never expected that the two major mass medias came to film us, and we were on the TV not only once but twice to three times in the TV, very popular channel. So everybody's in Japan actually really got into our Japan Burger Championship, and which was totally I never expected, and that was pretty successful.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing when you start talking about food sport, and there's so much of it on television. There's so much of it, different competitions that are there. And I think when you look at putting on a competition like this, I love that you chose burger. I think that's phenomenal. It's such a lot of people just think, well, that's a very American thing. No, burgers are popular worldwide. That is just, that is one of the big go-tos that restaurants really want to have on their menu, and they always want to have the best burger. So you had people jumping to compete. You had them all lining up. It was easy for you to find competitors. The two biggest media outlets there in Japan jumped on. They wanted to cover it too. And now you were planning the event after that amazing idea you guys had when you were eating that burger. And now you're planning coming to Dallas, Texas with the winner to compete in the burger category. What was that, the winning burger? What was the burger they made that won the golden ticket to World Foods?
For the first round, they made a sukiyaki burger. Sukiyaki is one of their Japanese authentic food. It's like you use their thin sliced wagyu and the cook with like some vegetables. And the winner actually made a burger with some tweak of the sukiyaki. So it's kind of a sweet and spicy, and that was the first one. And for the winning burger that was made in a final round, that was a okura double cheeseburger. And actually the master chef is very, really famous for using the skill of smashing.
Yep. Oh man, that's favorite burger. Yeah, smash burger.
Yeah, smash burger.
Man, that's so. Now you've got the team. How many people are on the team that are coming over to cook?
3 people.
3 people? And I know that media is already wanting to follow you guys. And media here is getting really excited about you guys coming over and what you're going to do. And, I know we talked a little bit before we jumped on. You're already looking at, you got Dallas on the calendar, and you're already looking at the next competitions you want to do because your first was such a huge success and some unexpected things happened that were fantastic. And now you're going to go to World Foods and come back out of World Foods. I know you're hoping to come back as the champ. win the burger category first time out. What are some of the things in Dallas that you and the team are excited to see?
Firstly, the winning team was talking that they actually never been to a US to have the real burger. So that was the first excitement for them, and including myself. In Japan, I think last 25 years, we've grown, I think, the burger with a lot of ingredients, a lot of, some inspirations. And I think that was grown a lot. But still, we never competed to, US or in the world, how our burger is now, which positions our burger is now. So that's very curious. We are very curious about our burger is. It could win in US or could win in the world. So that firstly, we wanted to check where we are now. And of course, Dallas, particularly Dallas, is very. It's a lots of food there, so we can actually try the Tex-Mex. Of course, we have a barbecue and also some Cajun and Creole cuisine as well. So we're also excited to taste lots of different cuisines all in one place.
And I'll tell you, with us being in Dallas now, it's so much fun to go there, and then like you said, just start eating because they have everything.
Yeah.
And I love Tex-Mex and Mexican food and these kind of foods. Literally everything. Anything you can think of, we have there. So we'll definitely all get together and go have some great burgers. And now, as the team prepares for World Foods, are they going to kind of stick with the recipes that they made to win, or are they already kind of looking at things they want to tweak and change to improve on?
Yeah, this time I saw that the Colombia coffee is the mandatory ingredient. So we need to twist a little bit from the one in the competition. And our head chef is now, spending much time and effort on making the best burger with Colombia's Supremo coffee.
I think that's when I saw that come out, is that was going to be that ingredient. Man, coffee and burger, people don't really think about how good that is together. There is such a richness and depth of flavor that it will just elevate those burgers. And I've seen people do everything from, steep their onions and, add them into a dry rub and all kinds of things. So I think you guys are going to have a blast being able to work with those kind of ingredients. And, the time restrictions are there, the newness of Kitchen Arena. And when you're inside Kitchen Arena, it's a giant hall with 2 rows of kitchen stations made, mirrored kitchen stations made. So you're right there in the middle of all the other teams, and you could see the other teams, you're meeting the other teams. And that's one thing that you can always walk away from World Food Championships with, new friends in this FoodSport family that is welcoming and excited, and they want more competition because whoever wins wants to win going up against the best. So I think that's what's going to be great is to see you guys there. And of course, you're going to have media all over the place watching you guys cook. What, when you guys hit the ground and we're all in Dallas and you check out your kitchens, is there anything you're kind of like, man, I want to look out for this. This might be a challenge for us. This might be something that's kind of a hiccup. Or do you guys feel pretty good going into November?
I think we're pretty much ready to go. We're just, all excited to just go to Dallas. So yeah, I hope November is coming sooner.
It is coming fast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're what, halfway through September. We're closing in on the end of September here, and then literally you have October, and by the end of October, you're looking at your plane tickets because within the first few days of November, everybody's going to start flying out and traveling and making their way there. So I think this year, being the 10th anniversary, being things like the welcome reception coming back, which is huge because it's such a great opportunity for everybody to mingle and meet. But then also to see so many global teams coming to the competition, I think we're truly going to get the idea of just what you said. Where does everybody rank in these different categories.
Mm.
And, every year bacon, burger, seafood, these are those ones that everybody wants to see. But burger is the one that just smells incredible. And it's so different. Everybody's burgers are so different. So I love that you guys are going into burger. I love that that's very outside the box as far as what you can do creatively. And now you mentioned that really and truly this is the first time you guys have been to the States.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not me, but the team, yes.
The team. Mm-hmm. So I think that that's even a cool experience to be able to come in and jump right into competing. Are you guys going to come in a few days early, or are you coming in just before the event starts?
I think we are arriving on, 6.
Oh, good. We get a day to get settled and check out everything and grab some of the food that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great when you walk through the building the first time. And, you walk through a day ahead or something like that so you can kind of see it before it's just competition time, because you really just get that ambiance and that feeling of, wow, like this is big. This is huge. And so tell me this, when it comes to burgers in Japan, what would you say is like the favorite burger of Japan? Like over here, everybody looks at a bacon double cheeseburger and things like that. But what's the favorite burger in Japan?
In general? Or personal?
In general.
In general, recently we see actually more smash burgers, and I think that's one of the trends. But also we see a lot of different ingredients are featured in a burger. Actually, there is one very nice sentence that I saw in Texas, like last year when I visited your event. I actually went to one of the burger shops. The name is, what is that? Sorry, I forgot the burger shop names, but there is the picture of Statue of Liberty. And it says freedom between buns. And
I like it.
That's pretty interesting. And if there is no, the limitation, there is no freedom. There is a limitation that has to be within the 2 buns. So then, chef, need to be creative and need to come up with ideas that can be the best burger. So now in Japan, I think I see more different ingredients, but still, that are still following the very authentic way to build a burger. But I use a little some essence, a little different, some wow factor, something different. And I think that's been a trend last 2 to 3 years that I can see besides the smashing burger.
So what are some of those unique ingredients that you think are really unique to the Japanese food scene that you've really thought were wow factors when it comes to burgers there?
Also, they're also making the burgers more local. So what I said, something interesting ingredient is not just a cheese in general, but a cheese made by Mr. Blah blah blah's farm, and there was making the really nice quality of cheese for last 20 years. Those a specific, and so those details that we can see in the ingredient more. I think not only in a burger, but now in a coffee. Now when you buy the coffee for Whole Foods, you see someone's facing the face, the making the coffee beans. And people can actually see the story behind, who's making these coffee beans, right? So the same for the burgers as well. Some ingredients are very specific now. So not just cheese, or not just lettuce, not just a tomato, but who's making this tomato. And I think that's also one of the trends, and people would appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the same thing here. People really want to know where the food's coming from, that it's as fresh as you could possibly be, that love and passion and joy was put into those ingredients. So that it makes all the difference. You get, like you said, you get a cheese straight from a farmer who has put everything into making the best cheese they could make. It is a huge flavor difference. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about World Foods is you get to meet a lot of the people behind the products. So you get to really taste that level of quality. So I think for sure, we're going to see the biggest global appeal in the categories we've ever seen. But I think we're going to see the most creativity too, because there's so many different mindsets and thought processes and what you think makes the world's best burger. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, for what the competition is going to be. What is your personal favorite go-to burger?
My personal favorite burger is I love any burgers, but yeah, still I really like the very cheesy double cheeseburger.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite, so that I can feel that I'm eating burger. So very often.
Yeah, that's it. You want to be juicy and big and kind of make a mess. That's a burger.
How's yours?
I love a spicy burger.
Oh.
So I wanted to have jalapenos, and I wanted to have a nice, really spicy, warm, earthy sauce. Lots of pickled onions and pickled jalapenos. Like, I'll take cooked jalapenos, raw jalapenos, pickled jalapenos, just pile them all on there with a bunch of cheese. And I love the smash burger style. You get that crispiness of the burger around that outside. Just, man, yeah, that's my go-to all day. And a pretzel bun.
Also, I need to ask you that, what's the recent trend of the burger in the States or in your place?
A lot of the trends now, it's very much like what you said. It is people finding the freshest ingredients possible. And then the protein combinations have been something really played with, whether it's a brisket ground with a Wagyu, or it's all these different things that everybody's been putting. You've seen a lot of blended burger things come out, like the James Beard House a few years back started the blended burger, which is your beef protein mixed with mushrooms.
Wow.
So it's a lot of different blends. Is probably the biggest thing I've seen, along with being very creative with toppings you would have never thought were on a burger. You're going to see them on a burger right now. But I think the blending is what I've seen a lot of. Pork, lamb. I've seen people even, working with heavy fatty, really fatty proteins, just trying to get that next level. But I think one of my favorites is I saw, and I worked on one. I put a burger together several years ago that was a 50-50 blend of Mexican chorizo and venison. And that was just so much fun.
Sounds
really good, really flavorful. Looking at ground chickens, ground turkeys, things like that. Just everybody wants to add that next note.
Well, sounds like...
But I mean, you said it best. It's between two buns.
Yeah, true.
A world of possibility between two buns.
Yeah.
So, but man, we're really excited. We can't wait to see the team come over. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you like, share, follow, send up notices to everyone, the World Food Championships on social media. Also, regularly be checking worldfoodchampionships.com.
Sure.
The information is being updated all the time. Rules, deadlines, dates, whatever it is. Make sure you're liking and following those pages and keep up with what everybody's doing. But man, Teru, you put on a banger of an event. You've got a champion that is now coming to the World Food Championships. I think that this is the start of so much more for Plated Up and the food scene in Japan. And I can't wait to see what other competitions you come up with.
Thank you.
So, well, Teru, thanks for being on the show today.
No, thank you very much.
And we can't wait to see you guys, man. We're so excited. I want to see what your burger is. I want to see, like you said, where you fall in the best of the best, and just that creativity that I think, from us talking, I think that your team is going to really make it difficult on even the reigning champs. So, man, Teru, great job. Heck of an event. The event, again, was called the Japanese Burger Championship, and we're going to cover more about that. We'll talk more about that. And, of course, when we get to World Foods, we'll talk more with Teru and the team. And, guys, it is coming fast. If you haven't looked at your travel, if you haven't booked your hotel, worldfoodchampionships.com, Team Travel Source has a lot of those things set up with special pricing for the World Food Championships in Dallas, Texas. So, guys, this has been Food Sports Central. I'm Mark Conway, and this is thank you again, Teru, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.